I admonish all families, search out your heritage. It's important to know as far as possible those who came before us. We discover something about ourselves when we learn about our ancestors. I recall as a boy hearing of the experiences of my Miller ancestors. In the spring of 1848, my great-grandparents, Charles Stewart Miller and Mary McGowan Miller, joined the church in their native Scotland, left their home in Rutherglen, Scotland, and journeyed across the Atlantic Ocean. They reached the port of New Orleans, traveled up the Mississippi River to St. Louis, Missouri, where a group of saints arriving there with them in 1849. One of their 11 children, Margaret, would become my great-grandmother. When the family arrived in St. Louis, planning to earn enough money to make their way to the Salt Lake Valley, a plague of cholera struck the area. The Miller family was hard hit. In the space of 2 weeks, mother, father, and 2 of their sons died. My great-grandmother, Margaret Miller, was 13 years old at the time. Because of all the deaths in the area, there were no caskets available at any price. The older surviving boys dismantled the family's oxen pens in order to make crude caskets for the family members who had passed away. The 9 remaining orphaned Miller children and the husband of one of the older daughters left St. Louis in the spring of 1850 with 4 oxen, 1 wagon, arriving finally in the Salt Lake Valley that same year. I owe such a debt of gratitude to these and other noble forebears who love the gospel and who love the Lord so deeply. They were willing to sacrifice all they had, including their own lives, for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. How grateful I am for the temple ordinances which bind us together for all in eternity. I emphasize how essential is the work we do in the temples of the Lord for our dead. Just 2 months ago today, members of my family gathered together in the Salt Lake Temple to perform sealings for some of our deceased ancestors. This was one of the most spiritual experiences our family has had together, and enhanced the love we have for one another and the obligation which is ours to live worthy of our heritage.